What's going on, YouTubers? This is C4xDestroyer from ReviewDork, and today I'll be giving you the tips and tricks to use Scorch effectively in Titanfall 2. I'll give you that and more right after this break. Alright, so let's take a look at Scorch. If you look on his attributes on the bottom right hand side, you'll see he does a lot of damage, and he has a lot of health. But the problem is his mobility really sucks, and if anyone's played with Scorch, they would see that he's very, very slow. To be honest with you, they gave him 1-star rating. I would absolutely give him 0 stars. But, you know, if you have to give him a rating of some sort, I guess 1 star will have to do. So what I'll go over is the setup that I use with Scorch and how to use him and what does his weapons entail. So for the first Titanfall kit, we know that Scorch has 0 dashes. If you ever played with him, he has absolutely no dashes. And that is a big no-no. In this game, you want to be able to hide and move as quickly as you can at times. So what I'm going to do is actually use the turbo engine to add 1 boost to him, 1 dash. And then for the second kit, the Scorch kit, I would use the Inferno Shield. The Inferno Shield, he already has it, but we have increased damage and the duration of this shield to stand up longer than what we're used to. And that, you know, allows us to block shots if needed, if we're in a difficult spot. The longer it lasts, the better. Now, just make a side note, it's almost the equivalent of Ion Shield. The only difference is it does not reflect weapons back. It only blocks them, and if you are able to press that shield against the Titan, you actually will do a lot of damage that way as well. And for the last Titanfall kit, I always use Warpfall. I'm not fond of using Dome Shield. I like to use my Titan as a weapon if I play different game modes. I like to drop my Titan on other ones. It saves me a lot of trouble if I can execute that, so I stick with that as well. Now, if we look what Scorch is capable of, you'll see that he has a thermite launcher, which is like a grenade launcher, and it pretty much, when you hit the Titans, it does damage, and it releases flames, which does additional damage over time. If you hit RB, you'll see that there's a firewall. It's the equivalent of the slash that Ronin does with his arc blade. And then you have the thermite shield, which is the equivalent of Ion, and his vortex shield. The only difference is it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't shoot back any projectile bullets or anything like that. And then you have the Y button, which sets off a trap. It's a device that he spits out, and then gas comes out. And if you use either the firewall or you shoot at it, it actually sets the gas aflame, and it does damage that way. So really quick, what we'll do is, based on this setup, we'll play a little bit, and I'll explain as I play how to use Scorch effectively. Alright, so we're going to be playing Last Titan Standing. Now, as mentioned before, because Scorch is such a slow character, or slow Titan rather, you want to stick with other Titans that are a little bit faster than you. So I'm going to be paired up with this Tone and this Ronin. I'm going to be paired up with both of them since they can navigate through the maps longer than I. And I'll throw this smoke. Y is going to be your best friend, just in case. Y is definitely your best friend. You want to use Y when possible. And because we're slow, I actually like to use the battery packs when I can. So I will try to grab this battery pack before anybody else. Key here is, at least in Last Titan Standing, or if you're playing a game, have a battery pack available to you. Now, you want to use the gas as much as you can, and just keep using it. I can see I'm cornered here. Keep using that gas. I'm throwing it out. Get close and use the vortex. Well, not the vortex, his flame shield. Press up against him, do a lot of damage that way. Alright. So you saw me use that thermite shield. You want to use that thermite shield if they're in your face. That is the best way to use them. I see there's another Titan. There's only one left. I'm actually going to pick up this shield, this battery pack, just to make sure. Always want to make sure you have extra armor just in case. My core's ready. Alright. So a couple things happened there. I wanted to use the gas as much as possible. Use it as a blocker, or on the Titan that I killed when he made a move on me, I used the gas to lay a wall behind him, and as he approached me, I used the thermite shield to press up against him. That thermite shield did a lot of damage. You saw how quick I took him out. That's a good way of using Scorch. Keep things close, because that's the type of Titan he is. He's close quarters like Ronin. The only difference is he's a bit more of a slugger, hard hitter, not fast moving, but he hits hard, so you want to use that to your benefit. Again, always stay paired with a faster Titan, always, if you can. So I have a Ronin there. What I'm going to do is, just in case if they decide to shoot up in the middle, lay out that gas, set it aflame, see if they'll get hit by it. And then I'm going to pick up this battery pack. Normally I'll have a battery pack already available to me, but this is last Titan standing, so I got to pick them up from the maps. Looks like they're coming in from the left-hand side. Come on. Use the shield. Let him walk into it. There you go. See that? Keep it close quarters. Let him walk into that. Use the shield when you can. Use the shield. Oh, I'm doomed. Ah, nice. So you saw I was using the shield, you know, in open areas. He doesn't flourish at all. I use the shield just to block off any shots. Hopefully my teammates, which they did, would come around and get some hits. I've taken out 3 Titans so far using these tactics, and it's worked to my benefit. Again, why is your best friend? Use that smoke and ignite it using the firewall if you can, and then be support. Start launching those grenades from his gun. Just keep lobbing them, trying to hit somebody. But once they're close, definitely use that thermite shield. It works. Does a lot of damage. I mean, can't emphasize enough. I mean, you know, he's slow, but it's not that slow where you can't catch up. And I got that extra dash to do some work too. So now we're on opposite ends. Come on, press back, bruh. Come on, just keep coming to me. Just keep coming. Ah, I didn't catch him. Ah, dang. I was trying to use the flame core, but I was reloading. You wouldn't do it fast enough. But that's a prime example that 2 versus 1 makes it really hard. I mean, I can do a lot of damage on them, but it's really hard going 2 versus 1. Scorch is more of a one-on-one Titan kind of battle that you want at all times. Anything after that, if you're by yourself, you don't wanna do that at all. Just because you know you're gonna be at a disadvantage. All right, so we lost the last round. They're most likely, the trend is they're gonna go the same direction because they thought they were successful. Again, I'm gonna use Y to my advantage. Use the gas. I'm probably gonna have to lay it out earlier to trap them in it, which is fine. We're gonna have to do that. So follow faster Titans. They're gonna go left, but I know these Titans are gonna try to go up the middle, which is fine. See if they go up there. It's 2 Scourges out here. Gotta use the shield. There's a Titan behind me, so. Alright, so you can see that one-on-one battle there. I try to do as much damage as I could with Scorch. I just got him into the doom state. Using the shield when I can. That's all I could do. But you saw I was trying to constantly get that gas going. That's what you want to do. Alright, we're 2-2. I have 4 Titan kills. Let's see what happens. These are the fast Titans here. That's an open area. I don't want to be in the open area, to be honest with you. Alright, so I want to keep my distance, make sure I'm not going to get flanked. Alright, so there we go. I got 4 Titan kills in the last Titan standing match. Alright, so based on my gameplay with Scorch, I think I did pretty good. If you look at the way I had everything set up for those Titanfall kits, I think I used him effectively to what I had available to me. You know, Scorch is pretty slow, so I did the best that I could, and I think I did pretty well. So with that being said, I'll go over the tips and tricks just to give you a rule of thumb on how to use Scorch effectively. Rule number 1, you definitely want to be paired up with a Titan that is a little bit more agile and has more mobility than you do. This allows you to not only use them as pretty much like an arm to set things up so you can make your attack on other Titans, but it also lets you play that support role effectively, knowing that you're going to be so far back compared to everyone else at a given moment. You don't want to be by yourself. That's the other thing. Do not stray from the team or the player that you're paired with, because Scorch is so slow. He is a big target because he's pretty much a sitting duck when it's one-on-one. You have to use your surroundings, and if it's 2 versus 1, that's a very, very hard battle to win. So you definitely want to be paired up and stay with someone at all times, just so that they can be that lending hand, and you can make your attack effectively that way. Rule number 2, as much as you can, use the gas. The gas allows you to set up traps, allows you to buy time, and so forth. That is one of the most things that you can do in this game because it's always readily available. You want to use that gas trap to either make them come to you or keep them away. Rule number 3, when they are too close, use the thermite shield. That thermite shield not only blocks, but it does damage if you press it against other Titans. Now, if you've seen in one of the videos, I actually use the gas to close the Titan in towards me and then use the thermite shield to press against them and do a hell of a lot of damage and doom them and take them out. That is a good way on using everything and bringing everything together. And the final rule, rule number 4, when you can, always use that flame core. For some reason, Scorch's flame core becomes more readily available than all the other Titans. Maybe because the difficulty of using Scorch, but I've used Ion, I've used Tone, and so forth, Ronin, and I feel that Scorch's flame core becomes more readily available compared to all the other Titans in the game. So the more you use it, the better. It does a lot of damage. You'd be surprised, even if you're, maybe 50 yards out. It still does a hell of a lot of damage, and it'll catch them off guard, it'll rattle their screen and so forth, and you'll definitely get the upper hand once you use it, and just keep using it when it's available. That's all I can really say on that. I used it as much as I could in the game, and I did fairly well. So if you can, like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know if these tips helped you. If you have better tips, just put it in our comment section. That's it for me. This is C4xDestroyer from ReviewDork. I'm out. Peace.